virtual parties is that, what am I up to already? We don't have to do in-home parties. We don't have to lug suitcases of plasticware in those big roller Tupperware or whoever company cases to different people's houses. We don't have to get there to give up 3 or 4 hours of our nights 4 or 5 times a week to go out and do an in-home party. And not only is it convenient for us, obviously it's also very convenient for our hostesses as well. There's no cooking, there's no cleaning, there's no making sure you've got toilet paper because you run out and you've only got tissues to offer your guests to use all the time. Hey, Whitney opened the door to toilet talk. So, and yeah, the guests can shop at home in the pyjamas as easily as they can. They can just jump onto the party very, very quickly, order what they want and they're done. They don't have to listen to any other speech that, we've all had in-home parties, and yeah, we just want to talk with our friends basically, so we can do that on Facebook. Another benefit of virtual parties is more hostesses. So the more virtual parties that you do and the more successful that you get at them, you're going to get more hostesses from them. I had a virtual party last week. It had just 21 guests, and I've got another 4 hostesses just from that virtual party, because if they see what their hostess is getting, they want to have more. So you get more hostesses. And this next point, the building your network, I'll expand on that a bit more in a minute, but online parties for me is the most important or sufficient way of building your network, expanding your friends list to people that already are hearing about the product and loving the products. So they're customers in your online parties. I add, as a friend, every single customer that comes through online parties. Obviously, I converse with them through PM and learn that way a bit more about them, but I add them as a friend as well. So it expands your network. Presenters. So good hostesses make the very best presenters. So if you've got a hostess that is in there working her party, messaging her friends for orders, she is going to make a great presenter, and that would be someone that you'd offer the opportunity to. And sharing the why love. Now, I love nothing more than going to or starting an online party and someone saying to me, oh my God, what is this stuff? I've not heard of it. Tell me more. And they're excited with exclamation points and questions. And I love nothing more than going, oh, okay, well, you are in for a treat. It's so exciting, because there are so many people out there that haven't heard of Unique or haven't seen it. They don't know what it is. To us, we think it's everywhere, because all we see in our news feeds is unique. To the everyday person, they don't see that. So it's a regular person just going about their everyday business. There's so many out there that haven't heard of us. So, who do we ask to host a party, and how do we ask? Now, who do you ask? That, of course, when you first start, is the family and the friends and people who you know are going to support you in your business. But you can ask everybody. You might have a customer that has a huge wish list, but she can't afford a lot. So getting her some Y-Cash and some hostess rewards, that's going to really benefit her. It's also a way of helping her out and spoiling her a little bit. So if she can't afford a lot for herself, most women don't spend money on themselves, they spend it on their families. This is a good way to reward those sorts of women. If you have a hostess or a friend that you know is just way too busy, an online party is for them. So anything that you might have a customer that loves your mascara, but she's I just can't do a party, I can't do it. But if she's too busy, online parties are absolutely perfect. So, okay, this is different than I've got down here. So I've just got a little example up there of how you offer someone who may be busy a party. So I've written here, so, hi Kaya, how are you? Are the kids all settled at school? I'm just booking my beauty bars for March and I saw you online and thought I'd message you. Really cheeky, I know. I throw some awesome, super fun parties and I just would love to get you going on one and earn you some free makeup. I know how busy you are. And that's it, that's the extent of it. I don't chuck in any percentages of what they earn or how many mascaras they might need to qualify or what they need to sell to qualify. It's just basic, telling them how it can suit them in their busy life. And even, like, that might be someone that you don't know so well. You can even possibly use someone that you do know really well, like a close friend who, you know, miraculously just hasn't approached you to have their own party. You know, you've been sitting there waiting and they haven't asked you, but do you know what you have to do? You have to ask them yourself, amazingly enough. So you've got your really close friend, Elaine. Seriously, if I see you pull out that dirty old makeup bag again, I'm going to unfriend you forever. So please let me help you, and you seriously need it. Online party, Facebook group, you and me and a few of your nearest and dearest, and we're going to clean out that makeup. You keep it as simple and relaxed as possible. And non-salesy. Just another example of a great way to party. A lot of us network in party plan groups and direct selling groups. So party swaps. Party swaps are absolutely a great way, one, to expand your network, and also you know that if your hostess is a fellow direct seller, that she's going to do a good job at your party because she wants you to have a great party for her. So I've done a few party swaps lately. Park Lane. This is Park Lane. Lovely. I'm obsessed with their stuff, and doTERRA oils. I've got the cream sitting on the table right there. So it's a great way to, another thing you can ask, another person you can ask, sorry. So overcoming objections. Now we always hear objections of why they can't do it and why they just don't want to. So you can overcome objections without being overly pushy. But you are able to tell when someone is generally not interested, and you can back off. You don't need to just push every single person you talk to into having a party. So my first little air bubble there is, sorry, but it's just too much for me right now, as in too busy. And then I say, I'm the little headband, that's okay, you know, I could really help you with the online beauty bar. Okay, every day, I'm on Facebook every day anyway, let's do it. Which most people are. They think that they've got to be on Facebook like we're on Facebook, but if they're on Facebook 2 to 3 times a day, that's all that they need to do. So you just need to make them understand what's involved with parties. And then just another excuse that you might hear is, I'm just too busy. And there I've put you're on Facebook a couple of times, hey, oh my goodness, that's all it takes in a group with your mates. And laugh out loud, I really do want that collection. So if you just make it sound simple to them, if you don't throw all the hostess coaching at them in that first conversation, you just keep it as basic as possible when you're trying to get them to book that party. Now, hostess coaching. To me, this is absolutely the most important thing that you can do for your online parties. Now, I saw this a lot when we first started, and I think in Australia we took a little bit to get our online parties off the ground and find the right way of doing them. Because unlike there's a lot of mock party groups going around and showing you a basis, but never ever tell your hostess that she has to do nothing and that you'll do the work and she's going to get free makeup. Never. Because all you're asking her to do is chuck all her friends in a group, she's going to dump and run, and that's it. You're never going to hear from her again. So you're basically telling her to be completely interactive with you, and you'll be lucky if you get a sale, even if your hostess is not participating. Personally, I think that she needs to invite her guests personally in a PM, in a text message, in a phone call, whether it's online or in home. It is viral at the moment, the dumping into groups. You would have all been added to a million different groups for a million different companies lately. Just the last 3 or 4 months, it's been really bad. And it's the rudest thing. It's basically, I don't talk to you any day of the week, but here, go in this group, buy stuff, and make sure you get me free stuff. It's just rude. So always tell your hostess to personally invite her friends, and don't group message them, because again, that is just asking people to ignore the group message and for them to leave the conversation. And also, just a good point on that, personally messaging, is they're already initiating a conversation with that person about Unique. So when they follow up for their orders, that conversation is already going. So it's an easy way to follow up on. And obviously the more involved in her party, the better it's going to be. If she is posting and commenting and tagging her friends and doing her own selfies, her friends want to see that. It doesn't matter how bad her selfies are, if they are of her friends will be more likely to buy. Yeah. And I've had some really bad hostesses. But you never ever judge them, because they are putting themselves out there for their friends. You all know how hard it was to do your first lash selfie online. Imagine what it's like for someone doing that in front of their friends as well. So if she's just getting that out there, you've got to applaud her. So the more involved in her party, the much better it will return back to you. If she's not sure what to post, or she hasn't got any products, feed her posts. Tell her what to say. I do it quite often. Just say, oh, here's a great pic, and I won't use my own picture because that looks like a photo post, but I might use I use my sister Kaya a lot. I always flick her pictures everywhere. So I might send them a message saying, hey, can you post this? And it's like, and all I get them to do is say, hey girls, I was just flicking through some Google images and look what I found. Did you know that this mascara can do this? This is crazy. And that's it. Like, you're not making her sound like she's trying to sell it, like it sounds like I've given her that post, but it makes her, it helps her out as well. And I've had girls that have done that, and then they go off and they start doing it themselves, and then they start getting right into it, and that's when you're going to see your next presenter as well. Now her friends, they know her. They don't know you from a bar of soap. So why would they buy from you? So it's almost like she's selling Unique herself. So the more that she is present in the party and the more enthusiastic she is about it, the more likely her friends are going to purchase and support her in getting her hostess rewards. So, slide 5. So introduce, oh yeah, that's right. Introduce yourself with a quick post or video. Be you. Don't try and be someone that you're not. Be absolutely relatable. This is the post I put up in all my parties, and it's just simple. I'm just me. I'm a dork. I'm not fancy at all. This is me in my laundry. My toilet is right there. I'm pretty sure that my son was sitting on the toilet when I took this picture. But I do just say, I just give them a bit of information. I have easily irritated eyes and sensitive skin. So that's really, Unique's really helped me with that. And this is my smiling face. So I explain to them that they're going to see my face through their party. And I'm not a model, obviously. I'm a tired 36-year-old mummy. So, and I use a lot of my own pics, and don't judge me. I often throw photos in on my way to work, because honestly, the days that I do makeup are my work days. If I'm at home doing Unique, I don't always do my makeup. So I'll have a rush photo, and that's what I'll put in my post. Oh my God, just did this, I'm late for work, but I had to stop and take a selfie, which is so true. I am legit late for Woolies nearly every single day because of makeup or selfies. I don't tell them that. If anybody works for Woolies here, zip it. But I'm always late because it's like, oh God, it's great. And I need those selfies when it's looking great, you know. And my son appears in my videos all the time because he loves them. He wants to show you his belly, or he wants to show you the Hulk smash when I'm trying to do a mascara demo or whatever it is. But you know, your videos, your pictures, they do not need to be perfect, and you're going to be more relatable to every woman out there if you are you, completely you. Errors, faults, little guest stars and all. So, also just to add to this, don't try and be a makeup artist if you're not. Like, hardly any of us really are makeup artists to begin with. We get better at it, but the ladies you are selling to aren't makeup artists either. So if you're going to go give them a huge, big, detailed video on highlighting, contouring and shaping your nose and all this sort of stuff, they're not going to understand that. It's not going to be very appealing to them. So start basic. Oh, that's right. So I show them different levels of doing your makeup. So just from your BB cream to your here. So this is just one I chuck up all the time. The must-have busy mummy combo, and all that is BB cream, mascara, and loyal lip gloss. And every busy mum needs this in their makeup routine, and it is good because we all know that the BB cream moisturises as well as it gives you a slight protection as well from the sun. And just from those 3 products, you see a big difference. So you don't want to try and give them too much information on too much makeup, but you can also step it up a level. You can introduce this and then you can step it up for the next level, like if you're going out that night, what you can add to those products. So just keep it as simple as possible. Okay, so virtual parties. So posting 2 or 3 times a day and be prepared. Save great posts for future reference. Don't bombard your parties with 10 to 12 posts of 10 to 12 different products in one day. Keep them focused on, I always start with the mascara, and I do 10-day parties. I know everybody does parties differently, but I always do 10-day parties. I start with 2 or 3 days of just the mascara. If I get questions about the other products, then I'll start introducing them. But basically it's mascara, because we all know that people have to see certain products, I can't remember how many times, up to like 17 to 21 times before they are sold on them. A lot of people aren't. Some people are impulse. I'm an impulse buyer. I don't understand why everybody does an impulse buy, but they don't. So a lot of people have to be sold on these products. So you want to focus your products. If you're showing them every single, and I counted the other day, we actually have something like 150, if you include all the shades, we have 159 different products or something. Like if you're going to showcase every single one, why not just send them a brochure and be done with it? You're not going to get much result from that. Be in contact with your hostess throughout the party. If she's not being interactive enough, you need to message her and let her know that. And explain from the start that she needs to be involved with the party, which I mentioned earlier. But just one way how Facebook works. So if she is commenting and liking your posts in the Facebook group, that's going to allow that post to come up more in her friend's newsfeed or the other guests' newsfeeds. So it's essential for her to like and comment on nearly every single post that you do, because that's going to get more views on that post. If she's just, even if she's just posting, that might bring that post up in their newsfeeds. But if they're liking and commenting on everything that you're posting, that's going to bring that up in their friends' newsfeeds, which is going to draw more people into the group. People might see that they've been added to the group, but until they see a post flash up in their newsfeeds, they're not going to go into that group and look. So that's just something that really need to encourage them to do, is like and comment on your posts. And again, you can feed her posts and pictures if you want. Videos, they work. I don't know, those of you that are at our Perth training and heard Sharon's, I don't know where Sharon is, Sharon's party training, and she showed us some of her videos. Videos work. It does, and again, it doesn't matter how imperfect you think they are, they will work. And there'll be more, the way Facebook is working and leaning towards now is videos. So videos are going to show up in people's news feeds more than just a graphic, especially just a graphic or just words or a picture. So don't be afraid of videos. Don't think that you need to be perfect or that you need to be a makeup artist. I don't even watch my videos anymore. I just hit send and just pray that they're good and that I didn't drop an F-bomb or something like that. But again, like what you were saying before, if you need to do a quick video, she hides in her toilet. I've done that. I've hid in my wardrobe and shut the door just to make a really super quick video. I always do a welcome video as well as my welcome post. Just, hey Andrea, how you going? Thank you so much for having this party for me, and etc. and etc. And I just pop that in their group, and they get to know you. They get to see that you're a very normal person. And you need to be more open to these guests of this party. It's not like a home party where they can see you. you know, it's very hard to show a personality through words and pictures. So videos can show what type of person you are to the guests. And keep posts light and salesy, and share, not sell. We always hear that, be non-salesy. Now the top of this eyebrow one has been cut off. So this is just this is a presenter. I'm not quite sure where she's from, but I just love this picture. And what I put with this picture is, have you ever done your eyebrows at all? And me personally, I never did my eyebrows until the precision pencils come out in Prim. I never even touched them. So I tell them that I never did my eyebrows at all. All I did was go and have them threaded, and that was it. And then I go on to say how they can make you look younger. And it does. I mean, this presenter in that picture, she looks 10 to 15 years older than she does in this other picture, and all she's done is her eyebrows. And that is a great picture and post I use. So I'm letting them know a bit more about me. I'm not the girl with the perfect eyebrows. You may have noticed that, but I'm more than that. I'm a bit eyebrow obsessed. But you know, I'm the girl that never did my eyebrows 3 years ago at all. And Angie Candy. I just love Angie. Now, oops. Oh, now I've lost it. Look at this. Okay, so Angie. I'm fortunate enough to be, I get an inside view of Angie's parties and how her mind works. Angie is a perfect example of personal branding. She's a fitness instructor, and this photo says it all about Angie. So she's got her fitness hat on, and she's using this to promote her little pugs. She's got 2 little girl pugs who actually have more Instagram followers than she does, by the way. So that's part of her branding as well. So she's showing how Unique doesn't test on animals, and she's used herself. She hasn't used a graphic. She's used one of her little gorgeous pugs in her picture. And Angie, as you've seen before, she has one of the most virtual parties and top PRS in WA in my company. So that's not just WA, that's internationally. She's always in the very top sales for this, and she works primarily with virtual parties. And it's just a perfect way of showing them yourself. Okay. Oh, there's me again. Okay. Don't give away too much free stuff, or any, if you can help it. Now, if you start the party off saying everybody that's going to order before Monday is going to get a free something or other, you're going to basically be selling your commission, or giving away your commission that you're going to be earning. And if people are getting stuff for free, they're not going to buy anything at all. The only times that I give away something is if a party is really, really successful, I'm going to do a giveaway for that party, because what's a pigment when I've just made $200 in commission, you know, and that the hostess has worked really hard for. So I'm going to give one of her guests perhaps a pigment. And I do it if the hostess is really genuinely trying to boost her party and there's not a lot of interaction. I might do a giveaway then, but they're the only 2 times that I'll do them. And again, I keep the prize very, very, very small, and I always do this game. And there's a reason behind this game as well. It's so easy. So basically, they've just got to comment on the post, I, and when I say pigment, whoever said I before that wins the pigment. But this gets your views up, because you've got a group of women who are probably all going to be friends on Facebook together. So this post here is going to get that party group popping up in their newsfeed so much more. So it's like ulterior motive. I mean, I'm going to give away pigment, but I'm going to get more views in that group. So there's so much more to just doing a game and giving away free stuff. There has to be more to that. Yes.
So guys, how long would you let that go for?
I let it go for about 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, some people sit up all night doing it, just for pigment. But you can guarantee that the likes and the, if you're doing this game, by the way, or any of the game that's increasing your interaction, you want to make sure that you're getting some good posts up during that game. I also put posts in the comments of this game as well, just you know, what eye colour goes with this pigment, etc., etc. Because your views on that group is going to go through the roof. If you leave it too long, your algorithm for that group, Facebook group, is going to drop down. So you want to make sure that you utilise those extra views that you're getting straight up. Okay, so again, I always post a thank you for every single order. So that shows to other people that the party's legit. People are ordering, people trust me to order through my website, they trust Unique to buy their products. So I always let people know when other people are ordering, and it also gives the hostess an opportunity to thank her customers, and it gives me an opportunity to also message these customers. I thank them again personally as well, and that gives me a chance to start building a relationship with that customer, because that customer could then be a returning customer, another hostess, or a new presenter. So posting thank yous and messaging thank yous are really essential. I count down to the party ends, which creates a sense of urgency, and that's another reason why I like to do 10-day parties, because some people need to wait till they get paid. You know, so if you have a 30-minute blitz, people aren't ready. They don't have that money in their accounts. Like, you know, most of us get paid once a week from our jobs. Do you want people to have the opportunity to order? But I do a countdown, it lets them know. You can get a lot of last-minute orders that way. But even if you did like a 3 or 5 day party, or even a 30-minute blitz, you always let them know when it's coming to an end. Okay, and getting your hostess to follow up her orders. So the same as when you would have an old school in-home party for whatever company it would be, your hostess would be running around collecting the money, you know, and you'd be coming back and collecting that little, you know, white envelope full of money and orders. Like 2 weeks later, then you'd be placing the orders and you'd do the delivery. You want to do the same here. You want your hostess to follow up. So you want her to follow up with her friends and ask them what they're going to order. It's going to be a lot easier for her to ask her friends to order than what it's going to be for you. So that's another part of making sure that your hostess is working for her freebies. And of course, she's going to have a better way of saying it as well. And just to finish off, so what is a successful party? Can anyone tell me what they think a successful party is?
Every party.
Yeah, every party. Sorry, Riley. Every party to me is successful, absolutely every single one. My very first party that I did that wasn't my own or a close friend, I sold 2 mascaras, that was it. But I kept that party open and I still posted it even to this day. And about 3 weeks after that party closed, I had a very demure girl approached me about joining because she'd seen me kept posting in this party. And that girl now is one of my Orange Elite presenters. She's in Katanning. And she came from that party. She didn't know me from a bar of soap at all. And because I didn't brush off that party or mark it as a failure, even with it's 2 mascaras, and I kept the communication in that group going and the networking going with the people in that group, I got an Orange Elite presenter out of it. So you never ever mark off a party as a failure. Even if you have a party that's complete, like your hostess has been great, but there's just been absolutely no sales, you can still utilise that party group. You can use it. I use all my group parties, why I use groups as well, because I like to go back and advertising. They are your own personal buy and sells that you can advertise products on, because we all know that we can't advertise products on buy and sell groups. But your parties are your personal, it's just a huge network of hundreds and hundreds of women that you can reach that you wouldn't be able to normally, because they're not on your Facebook, they're not on your business page, you can't post them on buy and sells. So they are just so important to your business. If you're not doing them, I beg you to go back and start trying them again. I tried them probably for 5 months before I started getting consistently qualifying parties, because I didn't stop. I did not want to believe that they didn't work, because there was a whole nation, 2 nations, the USA and Canada before me, that proved that this system does work. And people would say, oh, it's Australia, it's a different culture, but you know what? We're all women, we all love makeup, we all like to shop, we're all on friggin' Facebook. There's some, sorry, I said free. There's some percentage out there that Australians are actually on Facebook so high up the list. I can't remember the percentage, but they are on Facebook a lot. So I refused to believe that they didn't work. I refused to let that negativity come into my business. I didn't listen to anyone. Even my upline would tell me that they don't work. I didn't believe her at all. And I still tell people to this day that I tried for 5 months, and then I kept it. I kept going, and then I got my party successful. Sorry, I'm almost finished. So basically, your party's quiet. I mentioned it before. You network with your friend, with her friends. So great opportunity to increase your network and find your next customer, your next hostess, your next presenter. I have a lot of presenters come from parties. So, and the biggest thing that I can tell you is be consistent and keep trying. And if you've stopped doing online parties because they don't work, go back and try them again. And if that one doesn't work, you try another one. And if that one doesn't work, you make sure you add all those friends. And that's the best advice I can give you for online parties. And that's perfect.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Oh, it was you. Microphones everywhere. One question from the audience. Just one quick question. Yes, can you yell out?
With your parties, do you do them as a private group or you do it as an event?
I do it as a private group every single time. They're a lot easier to utilise down the track, and they're a lot easier to get in people. Event comments don't come up in people's newsfeed like group comments or group posts do. To me, they're a lot more beneficial. You can always run an event within a group as well if you wanted a specific time that you wanted to do a tutorial or something like that, but yeah, always groups.
Thank you very much. Ladies, please welcome. Thank Brie.